Hey y'all, I'm popping on for a very specific purpose. If you don't know about what's trending right now, and is Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, and his abuse of Cassie, uh, which is very graphic. It was brutal. Um, I just wanted to pop in and say just a couple of things. I feel it irresponsible if you call yourself a community anything. It's you need to address some topics. Now we don't follow trends, but there is a responsibility. I feel if you are a public servant to at least address the public. You can't be scared. So, and you know what I mean. Anywho, I got a couple of things I want to say. One is sometimes, y'all, you have to do the healing without the validation that you are harmed. You hear me? You have to do the healing without the validation and acknowledgement that you were harmed. If you think about this happened in 2016. She did the civil suit a couple months ago. The video just came out a couple days ago. All along, she has alleged this abuse. But here's the thing, y'all. We don't need anybody's permission to heal. You know what happened to you. You know you don't need a co-signer. You don't need no one to affirm. Yes, it's good to have it, and maybe you eventually will, but do not wait for that for you to do the healing. She's healed and everything now, but I'm sure these videos is actually going to bring it back, which is the second thing that I want to say. If you have suffered from domestic violence, which I have, I was surprised at how I mean, I cried. I was surprised at how I saw myself. And I'm like, dang, is that how I looked? And if you do, like, you cry, you might have dreams. I started having dreams of this stuff. Don't think that doesn't mean that you haven't healed and done the work. Remember, I always say things trigger you, but it's in your responsibility to see what do you do with this now that this trigger has alerted. Now, what is your move to do? Sometimes you may find that you have not healed, or sometimes you have healed, but you just need to be tender and care upon yourself, because it's just a bad memory that's coming. So be tender and graceful to yourself. And sometimes it is an alert, like, yo, you thought you was healed. You might need to go see someone. I tell everybody, you need a Christ and a couch sometimes. You need prayer and the popo sometimes. In some spiritual circles, we don't say anything, or you want church counseling and all that. Baby, listen, if there's a crime committed, you call the authorities. Yes, we pray. I pray for all of them, but if there needs to be other spaces that need to be involved, if there needs to be other civil entities to come into the spiritual entities, then that's what it is. Because one thing we are people of truth. So we don't act like a crime is not a crime. Like I said, we're truth bearers. We bear the truth. So if anybody should be telling the truth and helping, it should be us. If you are from the Christian circle, or whatever. I mean, like, people's morality, people's white faith, people's standards that they have, people's moral codes, whatever the thing. Understand you need that, but if there's a need to act, then you need to act. It's amazing how stuff gets to be kept on perpetuating. It's because there's people around that do not, for whatever reason, they're benefiting from the harm and the hurt of an individual. There's some kind of benefit to them, and so they look the other way. There's some kind of of gain that you get for looking the other way or not saying nothing. That's another thing I want to say. If that's how you feel and you know that there's some kind of wrong being done to someone, but because you don't want to rock the boat, because you don't want to then have funk with the person that's doing the wrong, you are piss poor morally. T.I. said it in his song. What does it, and I'ma say it from the Bible, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world, but you lose your soul? You're going to lose your soul for that. That kind of stuff messes and eats you up. You ended up getting poisoned and turned as dirty and janky as the perpetrator. So don't get it twisted. Don't think it's, oh, I'm just not saying nothing. I'm going to pray about it. Do you know my worst abuse, it lasted so long because good people said nothing. Martin Luther King said it all the time. Good people said nothing is worse than the actual villains that are out here loud speaking it. We see that enemy. We know what that's all about, but it's those ones that are supposed to be allies that are silent. You doing more damage than, because you're helping it be perpetrated. You're helping it be keep getting perpetuated and keep going. If you stop it, if you say something, it stops, or at least will be investigated. So check your motives, yo. If you know your homegirl, your homeboy is out here wilding, check them, say them. And if you see it, and sometimes, it's dangerous now to get involved, but you can and call a 911. You can let them know that you're a safe place, so you're not going to judge. There's all kind of things that you can do. All I'm saying, y'all, it's this mess that is going on in our communities that is known and nobody is saying nothing. Shame on us, because you mess around and be like everybody that's in his circle. When it gets found out, you are just as guilty and culpable as the actual perpetrator. And so what I want to say to you, if you are a victim, kudos to you, girlfriend, guy friend, you made it. You made it. Be tender with yourself. You go back there, you tell that person of you that was in that moment, that's what you settled for. You be graceful to that. You be merciful to that person. If you knew better, you would have did better. And even if you did know better, you needed a chance to do better. And so be graceful and merciful to yourself. And to the offender, to the perpetrator of that boo-boo, if you can do that to a person, something is wrong in your soul. And there ain't nothing, as you see with him, power, money, status, titles, that will fix that. You got to see what's going on in your soul that enables you to do that. Because what we know for sure, that what is seen, what is known, there is something always driving it. So please, get in touch with that which is driving you, enabling you to do that. And then perhaps you will go from victimization to victor over that which you are victimizing people with.